Good morning and happy Friday. We made it. It's December the 2nd in downtown Alton on this beautifully, kind of different day. I woke up thinking it's going to be so cold and, because yesterday was a little bit chilly, so I got up today and thought, oh man, I'm really not looking forward to this. Then I got outside and was pleasantly surprised, just like I think you guys will be today. No top of the hour news because we have a great conversation today that we're going to air just in about, a minute or so. We talked with Father Sal from Our Way of Lights with Our Lady of the Snows. Fantastic conversation. After Father Sal, we're going to be talking to Carlinville because they got Christmas in Carlinville coming up. We're going to, we're going to talk to Brian Zum with Carlinville Christmas and find out all about it. Plus, after that, we're going to talk to Chase Hopkins. He's the artistic director over with Opera Edwardsville, and he has a concert coming up tomorrow that's going to be fantastic over at SIUE. I think they said tickets are almost sold out, so we'll have to wait and see what happens. But on that note, it's going to be a great day. I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And also on the 10 o'clock hour, John Becker joins us for Habitat for Humanity. He's going to share with us some news that they have going on. And then we're going to talk to a student from Lewis and Clark Community College who put on a winter clothing drive that went very well. We're going to hear all about what she's accomplished with the school. But right now, I'm going to take you right to our conversation that we had with Father Sal just yesterday. Ooh, I got to pick which is the right one on our daily show. Joining me now is Father Sal. And, guys, so many times we go through so many different Christmas events, different Christmas activities, such as going through wonderful light displays, such as the Way of Lights, which is going on right now over at the Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows. And Father Sal joins me now. Did I get something wrong already?
No, TJ. Okay, no, thank you. Thank you for having me. No, that's awesome. That's great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I am so looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to it for a couple of weeks now, and I know that you guys are in the thick of it right now with so many great Christmas activities. But one thing I want to emphasize right off the bat, Father, is with this Way of Lights, with so many families struggling right now to, afford Christmas gifts and even pay bills, this is a free opportunity, a very cost-effective one to go take the little ones, to take the family and experience some Christmas joy together.
Correct. So the Way of Lights has been going on at the Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows since 1970. So this is our 53rd annual Way of Lights.
Wow.
We have over 1.5 million lights that tells the story of the birth of Jesus. It's a journey through the little town of Bethlehem through lights. It's about 2 miles long. And so there's plenty of lights to enjoy. There's a little bit of reading to do that tells you a little bit about the biblical background behind the story, but the images that are told with lights, it takes you to a very nice journey through the shrine, and it actually lets you see some of the highlights of the shrine property, like our very beautiful amphitheater, shrine and amphitheater, with some awesome blue lights with a simple message of peace on earth, right?
Right.
And it ends at our beautiful grotto, which is with the nativity set. And lots of families stop there to take family photos or family photos with their children, which is really, really cool to see. So the Way of Lights has outdoor activities that come along with the Way of Lights. And also we have indoor activities for those nights that are really cold or people want to get out of their cars and come into the visitor center. We have plenty of indoor activities as well.
Wow. And take us through some of those outdoor activities, if we could, right off the bat. That sounds like a great opportunity to spend some quality time together and enjoy the scenery and just the great light display you guys have.
Correct. So the outdoor activities, we have camel rides. We have some awesome petting zoo. And the camel rides and the petting zoos, there is a small charge for those, but they're very affordable. And the kids just absolutely enjoy feeding the animals and enjoying the camel rides. We have kettle corn. We have a food truck out there. So there's plenty of activities to do outside with the family.
Absolutely. And inside, it seems like you guys have already prepared for the cold weather coming in. We already experienced a 40-degree temperature drop just 3 or 4 days ago.
Correct. So indoors is absolutely gorgeous, beautifully decorated. This is at our visitor center. So at the visitor center, people can enjoy. We have a really awesome, really big almost life-size Lego display of a nativity scene.
Oh, wow.
And that's beautiful to see. And it's free to see the big nativity, almost life-size nativity set. There is a special Lego room that is for a small fee that people can enjoy that with professional Lego displays by a Lego club from St. Louis, but the nativity scene is free. We also have a huge hallway decorated with these amazing wreaths that people have made and donated to the shrine. So some of them are extravagantly, beautifully created, and some are very simple to look at, but they're all beautiful in their own way. So there's a lot of wreaths. You can spend a lot of time looking at the wreaths and how people's creativity is amazing.
It really, you hit it right on the head. And that's what makes Christmas to me so fun, because we all have a different take on decorations, on different styles of Christmas, the holiday itself. And what I love here is you guys are showing people the true meaning of Christmas, the Christmas story, so we know why we're celebrating this beautiful holiday. Plus, we get to see how other people celebrate and perceive that holiday in their own work.
Correct, like the wreaths, the creativity of the wreaths are some of them are with traditional bows and Christmas decorations. Some of them have people's pets, pictures, puppies. My favorite one is the wreath that has a bicycle, and it is so awesome. In the center,
a whole bicycle.
It's a bike, well, a small bicycle, but it's really, really awesome. We also have our famous tree room, in which there are trees that are decorated by different organizations, community. So it's very community centered. Different community organizations and or local businesses decorate these trees with a certain theme. The theme for this year is the 12 days of Christmas. So they're really awesome trees decorated. And what's nice about the tree room and all the wreaths is that they all tell you who created this work of art and from what town they are. So you really get a feel of the talent, the creativity that's around here. It's really awesome.
And too, Father, I know for a fact that there's a renaissance going on in the Metro East. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was the pandemic that let people really sit at home and buckle down and think about this. But I was telling so many people, whether it's Alton, Godfrey, Belleville, O'Fallon, all the Metro East is going through such great, such a cool little renaissance. So many artists are up and coming and making these very cool pieces. And what a great way to take the kids and really get to experience that for yourself and enjoy that family time together.
And all of that, all of those indoor activities and all the indoor space are free. I also want to highlight a new exhibit we have at the Shrine of Our Lady of the Snows, and it's called Arctic Wings and a Shrine. Wow. And what it is because people ask, why is your shrine named Our Lady of the Snows? Because it really doesn't snow much here. Why is it called Our Lady of the Snows? So we have come up with this really hands-on, interactive exhibit that describes what life is like up in the northern Canadian Arctic, where the missionary oblates started their mission up in Canada, where the devotion to Our Lady of the Snows started. So you walk into this room and it's like you're stepping on ice with igloos, with people, Inuit people dressed in their traditional clothing. Children and people can come in and they can go ice fishing. They can destroy an igloo and build an igloo. They can step on a dog sled and watch it on the screen as if you're riding the dog sled.
Oh my God, this is cool.
It's so awesome. And it goes through all interactive stuff. So unlike the Legos in the exhibit, you can touch everything you want. you can touch everything and build it back up. And then it goes to different rooms that tell you how the missionaries are living up there today. What's it like today? It tells you stories, and it's all interactive with videos, with things that you can touch and move about how the shrine began. What was its origins? Where did we get our name, Our Lady of the Snows? It's a really, really cool exhibit, and it's absolutely free.
Wow. And to me, that's just the icing on the Christmas cake here is, there's so many great activities. Plus, to me, that's where I'll take my nephews to. They will love that. And it's a great history lesson because, so many times we see and hear about, the Shrine and how great of an organization you guys are and all the great people working for you. And just like a lot of the organizations around the area, but we don't know how they started, what their origin story is. And it's a great history lesson that also brings the family together. I want to ask you if it's okay about the setup process for this, because, so many times we hear about, people putting light displays in 100,000 lights, which is still a lot of lights, but you got 1.5 million.
Correct.
What does the setup process start? And how does that kind of work?
So it takes us about 2 months to put up the lights, and it takes us a little bit more than that to take them down, because we need to keep everything organized in order to find it again next year. So we have like this map. We have like this map of where we store the lights, where we keep the lights. And really it's a year-round process. So it takes us 2 months to put them up and down. But we have a great group of volunteers of high school ages and even and some older folks that volunteer here year-round to change out all the light bulbs that burn out on these lights, so we don't waste anything. We keep reusing them. So there's a process of bringing them up. We go by sections, and we have graphics, pictures, instructions as to which lights go where, what trees, in what direction, and that's how we do it. We map it out, and we do it section by section.
Wow. That's like a military operation almost, because you have to be that perfect and precise for this, I'm sure.
All right. So we have to keep, in the barn where we keep our lights, we have it all set up like, this is the village, these are the angels, this is the thing. So we have to keep them that way. And our volunteers, God bless our volunteers that year round change out these light bulbs.
That to me, that's a tedious part of the job that probably takes the most time out of everything, is checking everything to make sure it works. And so you store it on site? We
do. We have these barns out on the property, and everything is stored there. It takes us about 2 months to take it down.
That's really incredible, because so many times that's what piques my interest the most, is how you guys are able to really coordinate this, because this is no small feat by any means. You guys have an art to this.
Correct. And not only do we have a good organizational plan here at the Shrine with our employees, but the backbone of this are our wonderful volunteers. The volunteers who come in day in and out to sit in the tree room to make sure that there's someone there greeting the visitors. People who are volunteering to be in the visitor center to just say hello and maybe guide people through. The people who volunteer year round to do these lights. I mean, it's really a community effort. People love the Shrine and the way of lights, so they love to come and volunteer for it.
Absolutely. And if people are interested down here in our neck of the woods and want to try something new and help out with a great organization, how can they volunteer for you guys?
Yeah, so reach out to us at snows.org.
Okay.
And you can ask for Miss Betty Meyer, who coordinates our volunteers. But snows.org will give you information about the Shrine, the hours as a matter of fact, I'll tell you the lights are on from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. And usually they're on till around 10, but officially we're there from 5 to 9 every night. So people are more than welcome. I do want to highlight our little.
I was going to ask you about the lion. This is cute.
Our little traditional Build-A-Bear that we use to raise funds. So the lights are absolutely free to go through, and you can go through them as many times as you want. At the end of the light display, for a $17 donation, people can get this Build-A-Bear lion that has the year of that it is today in the Shrine emblem.
Oh,
that has become.
Can you show the emblem again? That's beautiful.
Yeah. That has become like a collectible, and is made by Build-A-Bear. Wow. What's really cool is I spend a lot of nights out there thanking people in the cold, in the rain, whatever it is, to thank people for coming. And you should see the cars that come with their stuffed animals from past years. They're the front part of the car, the back part of the car, and they collect their animals, and they bring their stuffed animals to collect year after year. It's a tradition.
Wow. Now that would be fun to see the generations of the past generations continuing on the legacy and the tradition, really, for the next generations. That has to be exciting.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, there's so many things we could talk about with what you guys do, your organization. But, right now, I think it's cool. It would be cool to kind of step back for me and reflect on, what the season of Christmas really is about and how, how do you guys really, you guys always do great things, but when it comes to the Christmas season, there's just something special about it. And take us through some of the families and just some of the people in general that you guys touch, each Christmas season.
Well, first, CJ, is why the way of lights. Right. The Gospel of John tells us, first chapter, that the Word of God was made flesh and came to dwell among us. And then he says, and his life was light. So everything that we're doing through lights is sharing the life of Jesus, the gospel of Jesus Christ. And we want to tell the story of Jesus in a non-threatening way, but in a way that is welcoming to everyone. It's a beautiful light display that tells us the life of Jesus and who he was. And he comes to us as Prince of Peace. And so through our ministry of the lights, through our being present to people, through being welcoming and offering people a safe place for families to come, a welcoming place for all families to come. Hospitality is in itself a huge ministry for people today. Mm-hmm. Finding a place where you are not threatened in any way, right? The church is like the middle of the boat, hopefully, and certainly the shrine is a middle of the boat shrine. We're not at the extremes of anything. We like to be in the middle where everyone can find a place. During the Way of Lights, we do have 2 opportunities for people to show their generosity to the community. So we do collect canned goods and non-perishable food items. So if you have canned goods, non-perishable foods, you can bring them to us, and then we in turn turn it over to the St. Louis Food Bank that serves the Metro East. We also have places where you can drop off unwrapped Christmas toys for tots with the Marines.
I didn't know that.
So we do have two ways that we help the community, and people can bring food for the food bank or toys for tots to help out the community and those that are having a hard time this winter.
That is incredible. And Father Sal, I really appreciate the time that you've given us today, coming on the show this Friday, and really appreciate all that you guys do. And once again, guys, this is a free Way of Lights. It's an opportunity for you guys to go take the kids. And, if you have the additional income to support some families in need or pick up a beautiful Build-A-Bear line to carry on for the next generations, I encourage you to do so. But even if you don't, take the family out there and realize what the true meaning of Christmas is. Father Sal, anything left for me to say?
No, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for having me, and I hope you come see us.
Oh, I'm going to.
Most nights I'm down at the donation hut thanking people. This is another thing. On a busy night, like on a Friday, Saturday nights, those are busy nights. So if you want to have time to relax and see things without a crowd, come Monday through Wednesday or Monday through Thursday.
Great point.
Fridays and Saturdays are packed. They're full. And one of the things I wanted to say is, like, last Friday night, we counted up to 1,600 cars that came through. And so I was down by the donation hut. That's about $300 an hour. So I was down there and I thanked every single car. And it's like, how many families did I thank for visiting us that day? No, how many people came through? So to me, that's very important, is that the shrine is a place of encounter where you can meet people. And I'm there to say hello to everyone.
That's fantastic. Well, Father Sal, I will be catching you down there, and I encourage everyone here in the Alton area and the Madison County area, if you haven't been already, go check out the Way of Lights. If you have some canned food items to donate, please do so. Or if you have a little bit extra for the kiddos and want to carry on a tradition or start a new one, that lion is a great way to do it and to come back year after year with a new one. Father Sal, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you up when I visit the Way of Lights.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Not a problem. We'll be back with more of our daily show right after this in downtown Alton.
When it comes to the C-Force line of ATVs, there truly is a seat for every behind. Whether you want to get started with the easy-to-ride C-Force 400 or ride with the big boys on the C-Force 800 XC, you'll find the right machine for you and your wallet.
Insurance agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBenderRadio.com.
Oh, welcome back at 9:23 in the heart of the Riverbend. That's downtown Alton on the second day of December. And you guys know, for more than 30 years, the first weekend of December in Carlinville has been the destination for holiday shoppers and festival enthusiasts in search of a small-town holiday magic. And Brian Zilma's going to fill us in on that magic now. Brian, how are you doing today, sir?
Good morning, CJ. How are you?
Oh, we're hanging in there. You know, I just, before we get into any questions, I don't know about you, but I was waking up thinking we were going to get hit with another really cold morning, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with the temperature for sure, but the wind advisory, I can't say I'm a big fan of.
Yeah, I'm not going golfing today, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're putting up tents downtown, and I'm thinking, oh my, I hope they brought sandbags or whatever it takes. So.
Oh, absolutely. And by the way, guys, that's a great point, Brian. The wind advisory is in effect from noon to 3 a.m. tomorrow, so be aware of that. And good luck with getting those tents down, man. That's not an easy task when you got to deal with Mother Nature.
Oh, no, never.
Well, fill us in on the festivities that are taking place today through the 4th. It seems like for everyone I've talked to that goes and experiences Christmas in Carlinville, they say there's really not a course of events or a weekend like it anywhere else.
No, yeah, definitely not. It's, it does go back over 30 years. It's, people might be familiar with it as the Christmas market. But, over the years, there have been different locations pop up, and, they each have their own name and everything. And we decided that maybe that was a little too confusing for our visitors, and we wanted to have a universal branding. So Christmas in Carlinville, it's got 6 locations throughout the community. We've got transportation with a trolley. We've got public transportation from Macoupin County. So people can come, park, go to each location, and also get around the community on some free transportation. So it's looking like it's going to be an incredible weekend.
Absolutely. And I was on your guys' ChristmasInCarlinville.com is the website for all of you that want to follow at home. And I was just looking through. It looks beautiful, the video that's on there, and seeing the lights and everything lit up. Take us through those 5 locations.
Yeah, so we've got the downtown square. That's the one people are probably most familiar with. But there's also a cross church on West Main Street, and that is, they just have vendor, like so many vendors. There's the Macoupin County Historical Society. They're going to have more vendors. They're going to have food, and you can go through some historic buildings out there. The Carnival Plaza, this one is, you can hit our retailers out there. There's a shop that's going to have over 50 vendors in it, and hopefully next year that's a destination that we give its own, kind of unique branding to. I think they're looking at like a kids' wonderland for next year.
Oh wow!
We have the Macoupin County Courthouse is going to be giving tours. This was always a popular visit during the weekend, and COVID threw a wrench in that, but thankfully those are back in the afternoon. And there's also the Carnival Elks on West Main Street. They're going to have some vendors inside too. So we're looking at over 150 vendors, probably pushing close to 200 by now. So
wow.
Just an incredibly massive weekend in Carlinville. I can say I'm a little stressed, but
I'd say so.
It's looking like it's lining up.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'd say no press today. No press today. I just want to get through to Monday, then I'll call you.
That's right. Yeah, my door is shut in my office. I am, just trying to make sure everything goes as planned. And then, of course, there's a wind advisory. So, naturally, there's going to be something,
right.
And I hope that's it. So knock on wood, right?
Well, absolutely. And like I said, I've been telling people, Brian, and I've been on this mega soapbox that's made out of, the off-brand soap because I'm only a morning show host. And I was telling people, why go to Amazon when there's so many different, vending opportunities where you can go find some really great, maybe even handmade or just locally produced pieces that support local individuals and local people in the community. I think that's a win over, giving Bezos even more money. And I got to ask you, he ain't going to sponsor the Little League team. I was wanting to ask you this.
Exactly.
Right. How long have you been a part of Christmas in Carlinville with your position with the city?
Yeah, so this is our first year with it being pretty much under the city of Carlinville. But my personal history with Christmas in Carlinville and the Christmas market goes back to the very beginning. My mom was one of the early board members for it. She was a president for a while, and she's still involved with the downtown location. And so it's something very close to my heart.
Wow.
And so that's why I take it, pretty seriously. And, you just want to see it succeed and keep going because of that personal connection over the years.
That is so cool, man. I mean, that really is. I had no idea. And you're right. I always tell people because, with my grandpa and dad that were in the Optimist for a little bit and they were doing the tree lots and stuff, I always tell people for all of us to enjoy and be merry during the holiday season, there's a couple of stressed out individuals that are putting it all together. And how has it been for your mom, your family to kind of see this come full circle, man? This is cool.
It's been, your typical, just, I guess the best way to put it is, she's very focused on the downtown location. And it's nice to see it kind of come in full circle.
Right.
I think she takes great pride in that, in the fact that I'm involved in the community. Our family is involved in the community. So I think they just take a great deal of pride in that.
Without a doubt. So lay this out for me. So when I go up to this weekend, when I stop by and visit, you're the expert on this. You've had a ton of experience, and even before this being the first year you guys have it under the Carlinville umbrella. But I wanted to ask you, when I go through, take us through what's the best way to experience Christmas in Carlinville. What's stop one, do you think, and then how do you direct us further, and then really, what's kind of the ins and outs of it for all the individuals that are new that want to be experts before we show up?
Yeah, I don't think that there's a standout stop one.
Okay.
Because they each have their own unique charm and everything. Like parking will be easier out at Cross Church or at the plaza. And like I said, we have the transportation to take everyone everywhere. Downtown, like you can't beat it. It's like, I always say that it's kind of like a Norman Rockwell painting when
Right.
you're down there. And we have the "You Are Now in Carlinville" sign that is kind of a nod to "It's a Wonderful Life," because it's very similar to that. It's nothing beats being downtown in Carlinville at the nights of Christmas in Carlinville, because it's just, people keep saying magical, and I agree 100% on that.
Without a doubt, and with it being magical, I mean, and all the great feelings it brings the event goers. Take us through the kind of setup process. I mean, this isn't an easy task, especially with how many moving parts there is to these events. When's the setup process for you guys typically on this event? Does it start the beginning of the year, or is it a middle of the summer type of project?
Oh no, we really get going. We take January off,
Okay.
But then come February, we start kicking the tires for the next year, because we're already looking forward to the plaza growing next year, and we want to get that on people's radar as an option, so that when it comes next year and they possibly have this winter wonderland, like it's in their minds already. But yeah, it starts in February. There's a great committee that we have of representatives from each location, and it's been just amazing to get to know all these individuals. Like the two ladies out at Cross Church, Carrie and Amanda, like we have become incredible friends throughout this process, and we didn't really know each other a year ago. And so we meet, monthly, and we, come the summer, that's when I start saying, like, okay, like we need to start zoning in on like the specifics, the schedule. We need to zone in on the exhibitors, the entertainment, so that we can start taking all these locations and start a branding for them. And I think we've been really successful with that this year, and I think it's going to pay off.
Absolutely, and I got to ask you this, because I am kind of scrolling through while you're overviewing this great weekend for us, and I'm looking at your website here, and it says from 4 to 9 there's going to be a display of 30 plus nativity scenes away in the manger. Can you take us through what that is?
Yeah, this will be the second year for that, and this is at the Federated Church. It's like a block south of the square, and people really liked it last year, so they're bringing it back, and it's kind of different interpretations of the nativity scene, and it's best viewed at night because some of them are backlit, and it's really cool. I'm glad to see it back this year.
Well, and I mean, I'm looking through this, and this is so neat. There is literally, guys, if you haven't been, you're gonna have to take the kiddos, because there's something for everybody. I'm even looking on the 4th. I'm seeing that there's fire truck rides that are only, it says $1. Is that true?
That's true. Yeah, and those are
Wow.
going to be going on all weekend. There's going to be face painting tomorrow. At 11 a.m., the Marvel Theater is having a free viewing of Elf, Everyone
Oh, yeah.
everyone loves Elf. And then tomorrow night at 9:00, there's going to be a free viewing of Christmas Vacation, and I plan on hoping to hit that one, because that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
With mine too. And Brian, I got to tell you this. One time I got invited over to watch one of those, Christmas Vacation movies, and all my aunt did was just play a home video of my dad putting up lights. It was really kind of shell shocking. But I mean, this is so cool, guys. Let me just kind of lay this out too. On Saturday, there's going to be live reindeer before Santa comes and makes his visit at Santa's house on the square. So many different opportunities for your kids to go out and experience, just the joy of the holiday season, while you guys maybe take, split in half. One goes with the kids and the other goes to the vendors and supports local and finds some really neat gifts. Brian, is there anything specific that I haven't mentioned yet that you want to get out there?
Yeah, and you kind of highlighted it there in your last comment. Like, this is great for the vendors, but we have businesses across the community. They have great deals going on right now. We have an incredible collection of boutiques on the square right now, gift shops, and we've got a great shoe store in town, and we've got businesses out at the plaza. Like, across the community, this is a big deal. And I grew up with small business owners as parents, and sometimes this is the make or break weekend for Carlinville businesses for the year. So it's incredibly important to not only come down and support, the vendors and the events, but support these businesses. Go to the restaurants. We have incredible restaurants. Just take in all that Carlinville has to offer. And I just am so excited for the weekend. I might be more excited for it to be over at this point. But yeah, it's it's a beautiful community with so much going on right now, and yeah, just come take it all in, and I guarantee you'll probably be back next year.
Well, and I guarantee you that we got to have you back whenever we talk about this again next year, because it's going to be a fantastic one this weekend, today through the 4th. You guys can experience Christmas in Carlinville, an event really like no other. Stop by. It's going to be beautiful. And like Brian said, support the local businesses, because they're the ones that are paying it back to the communities, not the big box stores and all of those corporations that you're never going to see a dime from. Brian, anything else before I let you go?
No, I think we've covered it all, and I can't thank you enough for having me on.
Oh, no problem, man. And anytime you guys have anything going up in Carlinville, more than welcome to call back into the show and fill us in on it.
I will take you up on that.
Sounds like a plan. At 9:37 on the second day of December. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back after this in downtown Alton.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
incredibly high level musical festivals to pop up in small towns and unexpected places. And while there might be a castle in the distance, which maybe we don't have, it was really special. And so it really inspired me to think my own hometown. I'm a native of Edwardsville, Illinois. And I just thought, we have the same type of civic pride and community spirit that could really get behind and support something like this. And I'm so grateful to say we've had business sponsors and individuals and local businesses all join in the fun of supporting this totally wild and wacky opera company that has, sort of blossomed in the middle of rural Illinois.
Well, and not only rural Illinois, but also in the middle, smack dab, almost right before you started a year before 2 years or a year before the pandemic. I ask everyone this question, Chase, and it affects every organization, every business, every municipality a little bit differently. How was it maneuvering through the pandemic? Because obviously your guys' industry was affected pretty much, more so than everyone else's with the live performance and just the arts in general. How are you able to kind of dance around that one or sing around it, if that's more appropriate, and and kind of maneuver that forward?
It was difficult for our industry. It was a big challenge because our artists, they work as free agents, freelancers, who rely upon the contracts that they make with individual companies. So it was a very, very challenging time for individual artists. As an organization, I can say we definitely utilized our greatest asset, which is our creativity, to get through it. And, interestingly, I think that we've come out of the pandemic stronger because the pandemic forced us to imagine how to produce large-scale outdoor concerts, which, let me tell you, bringing a grand piano outside is not an easy task. And how we, and these voices can fill 4,000-seat theaters. But you put them outside and you're competing with traffic, and it's really challenging. So how we amplify it was a big question. So we had all these questions that we had just never been forced to answer. And that really helped push us into some new ways of presenting this our performances. And it's been hugely transformative because our large outdoor concert at the park we're able to fundraise to fund that one. So it's totally underwritten. So it's a free community performance, which I think is huge.
Yes.
And then we also sort of had to find ways of doing films performances. And we do a free digital series every December called The 12 Days of Opera Edwardsville. And as you can imagine, there's a film performance that's released on our social media and e-blasts every day for 12 days. And we've reached over 80,000, viewers through that.
Wow.
So, that's numbers that, when you're talking about filling a theater, which we're always so proud to say we sell out and we fill up our theater. The theater doesn't have 80,000 seats in it. so it's really,
that's a hell of a venue.
Yeah, exactly. Well, exactly. Maybe Beyonce does that. But not to say, I think that our performances are extremely moving, and what's really special is, these performances are built for this community, and we produce them. So the programming includes highlights from operas. So you're going to hear the greatest hits, some of the most beautiful excerpts from operas. We talk about the characters. We talk about the stories. We talk about what's funny about these operas. So it's really, really approachable. And then also at Christmas time, of course, we do some serious Christmasing. And so we sing all of our favorite carols, and all of our, O Holy Night is a staple. So it's really, I'm so proud to say I think that these concerts are so enjoyable and just like the best way to get into the holiday spirit.
Absolutely, and it's the perfect segue because I was going to ask you when I walk through the doors on Saturday, what would be the kind of atmosphere and what would we be seeing? But you hit it on the head pretty perfectly there.
Well, I can say we've got 8 incredible artists performing. So these are all solo artists who spend their lives traveling around the world. Wow. At the Royal Opera House in London, at the Metropolitan Opera in New York. Like, they're really serious performers. And what we're doing is the first half of the program that you're going to hear on this Saturday, to celebrate our 5th anniversary, we've programmed all of our favorite drinking songs from operas. So it's one giant operatic toast. Yeah, exactly. So it's a big cheers. It's a big cheers, right? To get the party started and to celebrate this milestone for Opera Edwardsville. And opera is full of drunk characters. So we thought that would be a really fun way to start the program. At intermission, actually, our donors and sponsors have There will be a complimentary champagne toast to celebrate the anniversary. And then we'll all come back, and the second half of the concert is all Christmas.
That is so cool. That's going to be beautiful too. And I had a chance to go and visit the Royal Opera House in London, and I have not been more blown away by a venue in my life. I mean, just beautiful. And to have some performers that have been able to, grace the stages of so many just extraordinary venues and such prestigious venues, it shows me it's going to be a hell of a night in Edwardsville tomorrow.
Yes. I'm really excited, and I'm so glad you'll be there. And I hope there's only a few tickets left, so I hope anybody who's considering will buy their ticket before it's too late. But it's really going to be a wonderful program and a great concert. Absolutely.
And, you did mention that there are a couple of tickets available. How can people get those last little bit of remaining tickets? You better act fast, folks. It might already be sold out, so you might as well click the link and see.
Yes, definitely check, because, of course, it's the time of year when everybody's getting colds and we all have this 3-week cough and all that. So the tickets are being sold through this concert is presented as part of the Southern Illinois University Edwardsville's Arts and Issues series, and their box office is selling the tickets. So you can actually find a link to purchase the tickets either through the SIUE Arts and Issues website itself, or you can go online to Opera Edwardsville's website, which is just operaedwardsville.org. And there's a link right there to purchase tickets that takes you straight through to the box office.
Well, I encourage all of you to check it out. Chase, thank you so much for your time. I know you've been very busy, and so glad we were able to have this conversation with you. It's on Saturday, 7:30 p.m. at the Dunham Theater as part of SIUE Arts and Issues, Opera Edwardsville. It's the 5th anniversary of this beautiful concert. I cannot wait to check it out. Chase, thank you so much for your time. Anything left that you want to get out there before I let you go?
No, I just hope everyone will come and raise a glass to OE's 5th anniversary and the holidays.
Sounds great. Well, Chase, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tomorrow. I'll see you out there, and best of luck getting all the last bits and pieces ready to go for tomorrow's show.
Thanks so much.
No problem. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come right back with top of the hour news in downtown Alton right after this on our daily show.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Welcome back, 9:54, right here in the heart of the Riverbend, downtown Alton, on the second day of December. Little Stevie Wonder never hurt nobody. Wanted to share this with you. You know, Hellman's, the mayonnaise, yeah. They want you to put mayo in your eggnog this holiday season. It's the question I ask myself every holiday season. What is eggnog? You know, most dictionaries define it as a shortened version of, well, eggnog, but how much egg do you really need to make it a full-blown nog, you know? According to Hellman's, you need much eggs, and it's mayonnaise. Yeah, there you go. Yes, egg is only the third ingredient in Hellman's mayonnaise behind oil and water. However, America's best-selling mayo believes that that's plenty of egg to give you a perfectly acceptable eggnog, and it's created its own mayo nog to prove it. That's disgusting. Working in collaboration with mixologist Cody Goldstein, Hellman's created the frozen mayo nog and snickerdoodle mayo cookie, billed as an unexpected new cocktail and dessert pairing. That is gross. If you want to try these frozen mayo nog exactly as Goldstein intended, you'll have to head over to Amy Fontaine's in New York City from now until December the 15th, as it's the only place serving it, and thank God for that. A single glass, which can also be made in a non-alcoholic version, it's going to set you back $16, or you can grab it paired with snickerdoodle mayo cookies, including a mayo glaze. That is just disgusting for $24. Not willing to travel to Midtown for a glass of Hellman's Nog? Well, don't worry about it. The recipe's available on the Mudding Memories Instagram page. Hellman says the project is intended to highlight the versatility of the mayonnaise and encourage everyone to get creative in the kitchen this holiday season, even with cocktails. But if you do get wild with your creations, maybe just warn your taste testers first that you threw mayo in there. Hellman's isn't the first brand to get creative with eggnog this holiday season. Earlier this year, Kellogg's partnered on a waffle-inspired Eggo Nog, and last year, Hidden Valley raised plenty of eyebrows with the release of their Ranch Nog kit, but maybe it's just a three-way nog battle waiting to happen at your house on Christmas Eve. Don't get that. If you give me something that says Hellman's on it, I'm walking right out of the door. A British man with Santa phobia is terrified to put up Christmas decorations. This went international in the press. For many, Christmas is a time for joy and celebration and cheer. However, that's not the case for one United Kingdom man named Gary Holledge, who suffers from a bizarre fear of Santa Claus so paralyzing that is scared to put up decorations this year. Interestingly, it's not the real-life Saint Nick that gives Holledge 47 nightmares before Christmas. That's cheeky. But rather, dancing Santa figurines. It's a little weird dancing figures that freak me out, as they are really creepy, and it's the way they move that's horrible. Can't bear it. Kent told Jam Press of his chronic Santa phobia. Holledge discovered his Santa-induced heebie-jeebies when he was just 7 years old. Either way, Holledge's spine-cringling fear made life at schools difficult, as his friends would constantly ask him to go over to their house for dinner come Christmas. Studies on Santa phobia are scarce. However, many health experts cite the existence of give me a second. Christogeneticophobia. There you go. Full-blown fear at Christmas itself. The phobia typically develops in early childhood and may overlap or include some of the phobias previously listed. The fear of Father Christmas or Santa phobia or other Christmas rituals can all feed into general phobia of the Christmas season. At one point, Holledge's parents reportedly tried to cure their son's condition by buying a Santa to decorate their house with, but it backfired. I think they thought it was funny and it would get me over my fear, but it just made matters 10 times worse as the years went on. And in order to prevent his claustrophobia from creeping up nowadays, the involuntary Grinch has forbidden his family from purchasing Christmas decorations. An irrational fear of Santa isn't the only unusual alleged phobia out there. In August, a United Kingdom woman raised eyebrows online for claiming she suffers from a paralyzing case of Michael Jackson phobia, and even posted a video of the King of Popelganger giving her the, creepies. I love that. That's a great article. Oh, courtesy of the hookup. And I wanted to share this one. You can delight your neighbors this holiday season with Franzia's 5-foot-tall inflatable lawn ornament. What is that, you might ask? Well, the box wine that you see every year at Christmas time, that is. A lot of wine lovers out there, including one I know at home, would love this. It's once again embracing its sillier side. Not only did the California-based winemaker recently release a Franzia box-shaped dog toy, but it also unveiled a pet costume that makes your four-legged friend look like a miniature box of wine for Halloween. And now it appears it's upping their ante for Christmas. In late November, Franzia dropped its annual merchandise. Where did I go here? Dropped its holiday merchandise, and the biggest and boldest of its items are, hands down, the 2 inflatable lawn decorations shaped like oversized boxes of Franzia, each $50, stands approximately 5 feet tall and is illuminated from the inside. So your entire neighborhood can know that you're serious about either Franzia's Cabernet or their Sunset Blush, maybe even both. But that's not all. The brand also unveiled a truly beautiful, ugly Christmas sweater with built-in set of blinking lights. Fans can even purchase the matching limited edition holiday sweater and the Chardonnay so they can show up to any party in style and with plenty of wine. The yellow sweater, which retails for $45, isn't the only holiday merch Franzia has added to its website. It's also offering 2 other holiday sweaters, only one that boldly proclaims, "I heart box wine," for $45, and another more understandably white and Merlot knit embroidered with the motto "Franz for Life." It's also selling holiday pattern joggers and onesies, also robes too, in case you need to pick something up for your brother-in-law, your secret office Santa, or I don't know, maybe even your mail carrier. Who wouldn't want this? I'm telling you, I know who I'm getting it for. Right now it's 10 o'clock, so I'm going to take you to a little bit of top of the hour news. You can sign up for your daily email update. It's called Around the Riverbend. Every morning at 7:30, you can join, get this, 60,000 people. Or more, 60,000 plus. Each day, we get an email that contains every bit of local news that pertains to us, whether it's at the statewide level, whether it's just local news directly here in Madison County, or if it's the AP news, we have it all. Also, sports and weather. So that way, when you get to your water cooler or you get to the lunch table and at work and you have that nosy coworker that goes, "Hey, did you see this?" Boom, you can put it right back to them because you are in the loop and in the know, as my good friend Ray Hartman would say, and you can impress your coworkers. You know, do the right thing for the right reasons. New Madison County Sheriff Jeff Connor has taken the oath of office. In Edwardsville, new Sheriff Jeff Connor promised to faithfully serve the residents of Madison County yesterday in a ceremony at the courthouse. Connor became the 47th Sheriff of Madison County. As former 3rd Judicial Circuit Judge James Hackett administered his oath of office, Jeff's wife, Elizabeth, stood beside him, and retired Sheriff John Lincoln presented him with a new badge. The new sheriff said he never thought about being a police officer when he was young, but then someone approached him about it, and he was hired at age 23. Connor said his childhood dream wasn't to go into law enforcement, but rather to go follow in his father's and grandfather's footsteps and become a steel worker. Connor asked all law enforcement officers in the room to stand, and as they received applause from the crowd, he said, "That's who you should support, the men and women in this room," end quote. Connor paid special tribute to his devoted wife, Elizabeth, for standing right by him during the campaign for sheriff and his other years in law enforcement. Connor described the support for him at the swearing-in ceremony as overwhelming, as it has been since he announced he was going to run for the position. Jeff Connor has been involved with many high-level cases in the county over the years. He directed 25 to 26 homicide investigations with a major case squad of Greater St. Louis, and he said it was always an honor for him to be the one to solve these horrific cases, provide answers for families, and ensure justice was served. Sheriff Connor concluded that his goal is to make Madison County, quote, a safe place. Illinois State Police released a video in an officer-involved shooting from the situation that ended in Litchfield, consistent with the ISP's commitment to integrity and public transparency. The videos of the incident are being made available to the public and can be found online at the RiverBender website. The Illinois State Police Division of Internal Investigation continues its investigation into an officer-involved shooting in Litchfield. Yesterday, ISP released video footage from the situation that occurred on the 24th of November. Litchfield Police Department, Montgomery Montgomery County Sheriff's Office and ISP officers responded to a suspicious person at the McDonald's in Litchfield. The videos are being released after consultation with and authorization from the Montgomery County State's Attorney. The ISP said when officers arrived, the individual fled and attempted to hijack a vehicle using a weapon. The subject, identified as 41-year-old Shane Boston, displayed a firearm, and 2 Litchfield police officers, a Montgomery Sheriff's deputy, and an ISP trooper discharged their firearms. Boston was struck and disarmed and then transported to an area hospital where he was pronounced deceased later that day. No other officers were struck or injured in the incident. In accordance with the Police and Community Relations Improvement Act and the Illinois State Police Law, special agents of Illinois State Police Division of Internal Investigation are investigating these events. Please note, due to the nature of the body camera equipment, the first 30 seconds of both videos do not contain audio until the manual activation of the body camera by the officer. This remains an ongoing investigation and is under review by the Montgomery County State's Attorney's Office. In Jerseyville, Jersey City Council advances its drug paraphernalia amendment. The Jerseyville City Council moved one step closer to amending part of the city code regarding the sale of drug paraphernalia at their meeting on Tuesday night. Before Tuesday's meeting, Jerseyville City Code strictly prohibited the sale of all drug paraphernalia. This local law has somewhat conflicted with the Illinois state law ever since recreational cannabis became legalized in the state. A new business opening in Jerseyville is seeking to sell paraphernalia from their shop and was planning to sue the city if the code had not been amended. The amendment in pamphlet form received a motion and a second, but the actual city code will not change until the amendment has been officially published on December the 9th. Additional ordinances are also being worked out to continue prohibiting the sale of synthetic cannabis and regulating other items. Also in Jerseyville, the Jerseyville Community High School Workforce Development Program is seeking paid internships for its students. If you're a local business owner or a stakeholder in need of some interns, the Jerseyville Community High School Workforce Development Program has got you covered. Their program aims to help students plan for their future after graduation by giving them real-world experience, and they are seeking paid internships for their students to help achieve this goal. It's currently arranging shadowing opportunities, guest speakers, and field trips to local businesses and postgraduate training instructions. If you are interested in partnering with the Jersey Community High School Workforce Development Program, email erica.heitzig@jersey100.org. And Illinois Lottery is reminding players to be smart and gift smart this holiday season. Illinois Lottery is teaming up with the Illinois Council of Problem Gambling to remind players that lottery games are not for kids with the Gift Responsibly campaign. The annual holiday campaign, spearheaded by the National Council on Problem Gambling, is designed to increase public awareness for the impact and appropriateness of giving the lottery products as gifts to minors. More than 80 lotteries and community organizations from around the globe are participating in the Gift Responsibly campaign this holiday season to raise awareness about the risks of youth gambling and dangers of buying lottery tickets for children. In addition to the Gift Responsibly campaign, Illinois Lottery is promoting the responsible play year-round by reminding players to be smart, play smart. That's trademark. Players are encouraged to play for fun, not funds, and to set a budget and stick to it. For more information on how to gift responsibly, go to the Illinois Lottery website or visit the Responsible Gaming page on the website. It's 10:07. We're going to take a quick break. Coming up, a great conversation right after this in downtown Alton.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Welcome back. It's 10:10 in the heart of the Riverbend, and we got a great conversation, and, well, I'm going to need a little bit of help to kick this one off. Sophia, help me out here with the pronunciation of your last name. What you did is really incredible with a clothing drive, and we'll get to that in just a second, but can you pronounce your last name for me?
Yes, sure. My name is Sofia Junisiewicz.
And you are a tennis player for Lewis and Clark and an honor student, you're from Serbia. How has your time been just right off the bat here in Godfrey and Alton?
Yeah, I'm really happy being here. I really like place. I like Lewis and Clark. I like campus, and I'm enjoying here so far.
That's fantastic. And take us through this. So this was your honors project, and just overview what you were able to accomplish with this clothing drive.
Yes, I'm in honors college. I joined at the end of last semester, thanks to my professors and coordinators, Peter Hasse and Jen Klein, who gave me opportunity to become a member. Yes, I took my winter clothes drive project, like my honors contract for this semester, and I'm so happy how it ended up. And thanks to Alice and Mary and Louise who helped me with this all, I'm really happy how it all ended up.
Absolutely, and if you mind, just jumping in, let's talk about just how this came together. So, was this something that you developed on your own? It was your idea, and you kind of met and networked to see how you could get this accomplished. Seems like a pretty cool thing.
Yes, actually, that was Alice's idea. I was talking to her about my idea, like what I was planning to do, and she told me that they were planning to do winter clothing drive, and she told me that I can take that to be my honors contract. So she gave me an idea, and I liked it, and I accepted to do it and to help them with that.
Really cool. And is that something that you encourage a lot of with students, or was just something that kind of fit Sophia's personality really well?
Hi, yeah. So I work in student services and also Trailblazers Give Back. So it's Alice Bungeon, Lewis and Clark. I've been there about 20 years. So, and really these last couple of years, we really focused on Trailblazers Give Back and inviting our team members, all about 680 employees that work at Lewis and Clark, and I hear your dad works there too. So
you know, don't get me in trouble. No, you're fine.
Yeah, so he'll probably see all team emails from me from time to time, and one of our biggest projects has been giving food, making sure our students aren't hungry, addressing food insecurities with our students. And Sophia, being an honor student, became aware of an idea that we had with our Trailblazers Give Back. And Sophia mentioned Mary Bustler, who is a speech communications teacher, has been for years. She has one of the most awesome labs on campus, communications
Absolutely,
lab,
yes.
which Sophia and her teammates and her apartment mates they visit about every day, and they can pick up free snacks.
Oh, wow.
Which is part of one of our main projects, our Trailblazer Snack Pantry. So the winter clothing need has come up. And actually, Mary Bustler, Sophia nicely says my idea was actually Mary Bustler's idea.
Just take credit for that.
Right. Sometimes students come from the Southern Hemisphere.
Right.
They come a long way. They're a long way from home. And they're like, oh, your winters are cold here. I don't have a coat, or I don't have some boots, or just some warm clothing. So that's where it originated.
That's fantastic. And, I played with, soccer at Lewis and Clark, and we had a lot of guys that were from overseas, and they said the exact thing you just reiterated is, man, I didn't realize it was going to get like 40 degrees here. What is this? And, Sophia, I got to ask you, how did this go for you overall? Were you able to collect a pretty good amount of items?
Yes, actually a lot of people responded, and we
Good.
collected, I think, clothes or more than 200 pieces of clothes.
Oh, wow.
Like all kind of clothes. It was coat, jacket, waistcoats, scarf, gloves, hats, everything, pants, sweatshirts. So we had a bunch of different kinds of clothes, and yes, we collected bunch of clothes.
And has doing like service and community service projects, been something that's always been a part of your life, or is this something new that you kind of started?
This is something new.
Cool, yeah.
I always wanted to help people, and that was my primary idea. That's why I wanted to do a project like this, and that's why I created my page that's named All Together, and that's how
she
everything.
has her own page.
I know, we're getting ready to promote that. Yeah, promote your page. We want to help you.
Because hopefully you can share a link.
Oh, we will.
You
We'll
should
attach
talk about your own page that you created.
Yes, I have page All Together that I created last semester in my social media class that I had with Louise yet. And
what's it called?
It's All Together.
All Together. I'm looking it up now while you're talking.
Yes.
And we will share the link for All Together on the on-demand video today. And with All Together, you're looking to do more stuff. And I know that you're a sophomore, here now. Are your plans to are you going to move anywhere, or are you going to stay here in the community for a little bit?
I'm sophomore, so I will graduate on May. And I will move, not far away. I will go to McKendree next year.
Oh, cool.
But I will stay like area, or like I will be close.
She's been recruited, the coach.
Yes.
The tennis coach.
That's a perfect segue, because you're a heck of a tennis player, and I know that you've been playing for, you said for 15 years. And,
yes.
I, being a student athlete myself at the time, it kind of treats you're raised in a different light, because you're so focused on sports, but you're balancing life and school and everything else. And then, coming over, to the States and then living in this community, how has that been balancing everything? That's got to be a difficult task.
It is difficult because you move from your home country, but people here are so nice and generous, and I'm so happy here. I don't feel like I'm a stranger here.
Yeah.
I really feel at home. Lewis and Clark, it's my first home, so it will always have special place in my heart, and people there. So it's not like that hard when you have good people around you.
Right. And that's for sure. And I've always said, Lewis and Clark, being able to tour with soccer, going to, different D1 universities, and then coming back and seeing Lewis and Clark, we have a gym. I mean, Lewis and Clark really could be a Division II, Division III school any day of the week, but we have it here for the community to enjoy.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to ask you, I'm on your Facebook page now. It's called All Together, and I really like the logo, by the way. I think that's cool. But so take us to so when you go to McKendree, are you going to have are you going to plan on doing a winter clothing drive every year and add to it, or are you going to do new events and different events each year?
I mean, I'm planning to join Honors College in McKendree.
Oh, cool.
So if I will have opportunity to do the similar thing like I did this semester, I will definitely think about it and do the same thing, because that's some cherry, that's good good thing to do. It's not something that it's just for one time and that's it. Like, you can help always.
Right.
And there is a lot of international students too. So we, like international students, like myself, we need help in each way because we're like far away from home. Maybe we are not ready for winter here. Here knows to be like get so cold during the winter. So a lot of people is not prepared for that.
Right. And if you could, were you able to see your clothing drive directly affect somebody? And you don't have to say any names or anything, but seeing, a piece of clothing come in and the next day or the next couple of months, you're seeing it on somebody that needs it?
Yes. That's like a goal that I want to, that actually help people, people using that clothes. That's why we ask like for gently used clothes for donation, because I want students to use it, to be like, to help them.
Have you seen some of your apartment neighbors
I mean,
who said like, oh, I got this hoodie at the...
I saw a lot of students taking it from Mary's office. Yeah. And I'm so happy. Like, I was there that day when they were taking it, and Mary introduced me to them, and I was like, I was so happy that someone will use it and that will help someone.
Yeah.
Well, it's a feeling that nobody will know until they go through and do exactly what you just did. And I want to ask you about your support system at Lewis and Clark, because it seems like you have a really good family, basically a family of faculty members and just different students in the schools. Take us through that and tell us about it.
Yes, I would really like to thank all people that helped me, like Alice, Mary, Louise yet, Peter, Hassie, Jen Klein, all of them, they really helped me. Like, if they didn't help me, I probably won't be able to do this by myself. So I'm really thankful for that. They're great.
Absolutely. And is there anything that we should highlight that we haven't done so yet?
I'm thinking if somebody's listening and they have some gently used winter clothing, like Sophia said, anything from hoodies to coats to gloves. We are taking just adult sizes right now.
Okay, so you're still taking donations.
We are still take, and we decided to. I mean, winter's not over at break, so we'll come back in January, and we'll keep taking until the weather starts to break. Really, taking and giving.
Well, and
so if somebody wants to donate, they can bring. Donations by Second Floor Trimpy. Mm-hmm. Just follow the signs.
It's Trimpy. It's Communication Lab. 250 and 241.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You've been there a time or two, huh?
Yeah. So that's also where a snack pantry is. And then also we help students who don't have transportation. I should say, Trailblazers Give Back and the snack pantry committee members, including Mary Bustler and Karen Sutton, who is an adjunct.
Yes, Karen
teacher.
Too.
Her and her husband work at the Hope Crisis Food Center, and so they deliver groceries to a lot of our international students who don't have their own transportation.
I didn't know that.
Bi-weekly. So that's another service we're providing. And
that's
once
also,
these needs come up as a team,
that's something that helps.
We just try to meet those needs as much as we can.
And see, my dad's been a teacher at Lewis and Clark for over 30 years, I think, or close to 25. And I myself I went to Lewis and Clark, and I have no idea about half of these programs.
They're relatively new. Well, they're pretty new.
Are they? And now when?
Just a couple of years.
Oh, really? And I'm sure they're going to grow over the next 4 or 5 years, and we're all going to know about them here. And I got to say, thank you for extending the winter clothing drive, because in April, whenever it's 60 degrees, then it drops down to 22. I think we're going to need them some more. And are there any programs that you want to highlight that maybe that we don't know too much about yet that we want to kind of get out there before we say goodbye for now?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about our snack pantry. Mm-hmm. We also take community donations for that. Many times a church or a community group will contact me or someone else at the college and say, we'd like to make that our project either this month or this holiday season. We're collecting snacks and non-perishable foods. Where can we drop that off? And I was going to say before, if you can't get a hold of, not sure where Trimpy is or really the most convenient way to drop something off would be at the security building right at the north entrance there as well. It's a drive-through. You can just say, hey, I'm dropping this off for the snack pantry. Easy peasy.
Well, I got a sales pitch for you. You drop it off, and then you get to take a nice little loop around one of the most beautiful campuses in Southern Illinois. It really is. And
it really is.
And I don't know if you've seen, we have Hiking Through the Holidays.
We
which
just
is a
had
brand
Scott
new.
Moss on the
Okay,
show,
cool.
and
Great.
I'm going to be out there this weekend to kind of check it
awesome.
out. Oh, yeah, I got to go with Dad. He won't
It's
forgive
got to
me
be
if I
after
don't
dark.
go.
You have to, I mean, it doesn't open until 5, and it's dark by then.
Right.
It's really, really
It's
cool.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I was going to, you just hit on a really good point, and I completely forgot what that point was, but that's okay. Because there's so much that really it goes on here at Lewis and Clark and goes on in the community. And Sophia, you've been, a student athlete, and you've been able to kind of, see and visit the other junior college campuses around with your tennis career. Talk to us, for everyone that doesn't know, that just sees Lewis and Clark and doesn't see the other colleges, how does it stack up in terms of just its look and just its overall size compared to some of these other ones like a Lincoln Land or any other colleges around?
Honestly, if people don't know like that it's community college, they wouldn't think that it's community college.
Exactly.
Lewis and Clark has so beautiful campus. Like, campus is really beautiful. One of the most beautiful campus that I saw, like, when we went, like, I don't know, in other colleges or somewhere, that they are universities, not community colleges. Like, it's really beautiful, and all the like fake lakes that we have. And it's really beautiful. But people are all take care of it. Like, we have like campus security, we have people that they take care of how campus actually looks, and it's really beautiful.
Well, and there's students like yourself that are providing so many great programs like this winter clothing drive. And if you have any clothing items to donate, great idea. Stop by the security desk, drop them off, or if you know where Trimpy is, you can donate them there. Guys, thank you so much for your time, Sophia. And thank you so much for making sure we organized this and got this together and highlighted some of the great things that Lewis and Clark does and that students do as well.
Thank you so much for having us.
And anytime you guys want to come back on, you're more than welcome to. It is 10:24 in the heart of the Riverbend. Quick break coming up. Habitat for Humanity after this.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
If you like to get out and go with a friend riding shotgun, the Z-Force line of sports side-by-sides are the perfect machines for you. Whether exploring the backcountry or racing down the trails, these beasts flat out give you more without having to pay for more. Life's too short to stay home.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
To be mad with anyone. It's not unusual to be sad with anyone. But if I ever find that you've changed at any time, it's not unusual.
Welcome back. 1027 right here in the heart of the Riverbend. Just a quick little story that I saw that I wanted to share with you. You know, you could be a part of the trend, the growing trend of checking out YouTube and seeing really just the growth of just social media, right? And just so many people that are on there. And, you know, listen, I was one of the people that made fun of everybody for starting their own YouTube channel going, well, good luck making money off of that. And then now you're looking at, you know, the guys like Mr. Beast and all these people that are making tens of millions of dollars. And the kid that makes Legos or he does toy reviews, making multi-million dollars off of toy reviews. And here's me. Anyway, wanted to share with you the trending, the top 10, sorry, not the trending, the top 10 YouTube creators of the year. Mr. Beast is number one with 114 million subscribers. That's incredible. That is the most astronomical number of the list. Nick LMAO has 18.7 million, and that is all, I guess that's all been generated this year. So Mr. Beast at 114 million. Nick LMAO has 18.7. Eric has 10.7 million. Ryan Turan, 11.1. Isaiah Photo, 8 million. Brent Riviera has 22. Dan Rhodes, 18. Luke Davidson, 9 million. Corey X Kenshin has 15 million, and Ian Boggs has 8.1 million. YouTube also announced this year's top 10 breakout characters or creators who have channels that had more than tripled their subscriber count in 2022 compared to the subs gained in 2021. This list excludes artists, brands, media companies, and children's content. The creators that were the top breakouts of the year are Nick LMAO, that's 18.7 million subscribers in 1 year. Eric at 10.7, like I said earlier. Juge Natu Ing, that's ENG at the end, 6 million. Shanger Danger, there you go, 4 million. David the Baker, 2.5. Cat with 5 million. Data with 4.4. Devin Shorts with 3.6 million, MD Motivator 4.2, and Charles Brockman III, the only CB3, had 2.4 with gains from last year. That's incredible, you know. And there is a guy, and we're going to get him on. We've been talking, and I'm going to say this publicly because I really have been working on this one, and I think it's going to go through. There is a guy by the name of Michael Francis that I'm trying so hard to get on this show. He was a mobster. He's a capo in the Colombo crime family, and he turned his life around. You know, he went to jail for 10 years and scammed the government out of about $1.3 billion in a gas tax scheme in the 80s. I'm sure if all the people that lived in that generation know. And he created his own YouTube channel. Michael Francis has been one of the most growing YouTube channels in the world. I mean, literally in the entire platform. And it's all about stories from his past life, plus some motivational stuff after he's turned his life to the church. And like I said, really working on getting him on the show. I think it's going to happen. I mean, we're really close, and I'm going to keep fighting for it. But yeah, and you know, it's so crazy to see so many different genres, so many different personalities on YouTube. Now, at first, it was just the annoying, like, teenager kids that nobody could stand, and you know, then it turned into, you know, maybe some more vlog type of stuff. I hate vlogs, by the way. I don't want to watch you go to a supermarket. I hate that. I don't understand why millions of people watch individuals live their lives. That's the one argument I have with YouTube. You know, it's like, instead of just going out and experiencing, you know, getting on a plane, heading over to London or heading over to Amsterdam if you really wanted to go, you're watching some guy do it himself and then kind of I live vicariously through the guy's experience or the girl's experience. It's stupid. Just go out and do it. I hate vloggers. I don't understand why you have to document every aspect of your life. Well, I wanted to share this with you to get your take on it. Will Smith is breaking down his relationships and children's on Thursday's episode of Showtime's All the Smoke. The Emancipation star opened up about his evolving relationship with his children. Smith, who shares Willa Jaden and Jaden with his wife Jada Pinkett and Trey, who's 30 from a previous relationship, Will Smith says he's doing his best parenting this year. This is probably the greatest period of my fatherhood. I was an okay father for my first son, got a little bit better with Jaden, got my sea legs with Willow, and probably the last couple of years of my life, I had sufficiently suffered enough to have real wisdom. This last year with my kids has been the best parenting, he added. If I had something to guide someone about is, first and foremost, everybody sucks at the beginning. It's okay to not be good. Smith said that he began to become aware of his disconnect he was having with his now adult children and decided it was time to shift focus. Wonder if it was after he got canceled for smacking Chris Rock. I had to examine my motives. I wanted to be the biggest movie star in the world. Why? And when I decided to write my book, I decided to dig into my life experience, as he said about his memoir. One of the major things I addressed with myself was my father had been abusive in my house, and I never talked about it. When I wrote the book, I told myself I was going to give myself the freedom to write it and purge. I went in and did it, and it was the first time my mother and I have ever talked about it. That is incredible. I had no idea. I was 50 years old before I have ever talked to my mother about the fact that my father had beat her up. And, maybe that's a different way to look at Will Smith after everything. Had no idea about that. Wanted to share it with you. At 10:33, quick break coming up. Habitat for Humanity after this in downtown Alton.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Don't know much about a science book. Don't know much about the French I took.
Welcome back. It's 10:35 right here in the heart of the Riverbend. That is downtown Alton on the second day of December. John Becker joins me now with Habitat for Humanity. Sir, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, CJ. How are you?
We're getting through it. I can taste Saturday, so I'm excited. About, 24 minutes left. But you guys are up to some great things over at Habitat for Humanity. Care to share it with us?
Yeah, I would. I want to tell you, I'm a big fan of the show, and I appreciate your time. And Lewis and Clark Habitat for Humanity does a tremendous job, and I'm not just saying that because I'm the executive director, but I've done non-for-profit management, and I managed the YWCA and Senior Services Plus, and always very happy with the work we accomplished there. But I've rarely been involved with a non-for-profit that has such a huge impact in the community and people's lives. So Habitat for Humanity was formed in the late 70s by a gentleman named Milton Friedman. He was a pastor in Atlanta and noticed there was a lot of African Americans and lower income white folks that could not buy a home. And he started building homes and asking folks that needed one to help with that process. And it evolved, if you can believe it, from one gentleman's effort to the organization today, which is built over 1 million homes in its entire history.
Wow.
Lewis and Clark Habitat for Humanity is the local organization. We're parent company is Habitat for Humanity International, but we are a 501c3, a non-for-profit that covers Bond, Madison, and St. Clair County. We were formed in 1993, and since that time, we've built over 50 homes.
Wow. That's incredible. I mean, that is really incredible. And John, I saw that you sent me a press release, and I didn't even realize that you guys had different ways for us to support this incredible organization over in Carlinville with the Restore. Can you share with us a little bit of information about that?
Yeah. So one thing that amazes me, and I started with Habitat in June, although I volunteered in the past and I've known of their organization, but I started in June as a part-time executive director, and it's the mission of what they accomplish and how they do it. So they have Habitat, our Lewis and Clark Restore, which operates at 1956 Orchard, in the Orchard Shopping Center in Collinsville. So essentially, that's what we call a social enterprise, and a lot of non-for-profits have them. I started several at Senior Services, and I've worked with agencies in the past that have them, and it's their way. Instead of just asking for money, they try to give value back to folks who want to support the agency. And how we do that now is we resell furniture, construction items, and some household goods. And what we have done in the past 2 months, the Restore manager and the team have done a fantastic job of expanding hours. We're open from 10 to 6 now, Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 4 on Saturdays. But we're also partnering with Lowe's, and we're getting some of their slightly used and really new, just slightly damaged product and stuff that's going out of stock, and we're selling it in the store. We had a gentleman that come in the other day and donated 100 sheets of 12-foot drywall, and they went in a heartbeat. But that's the kind of thing we're doing to raise money to build homes.
That's incredible. And, I couldn't even imagine just the joy of seeing, some of the, seeing or meeting maybe even some of the families that you've helped with these builds. I mean, 50 homes is really cool. And you've had a great career here in the community of supporting and being a part of so many great not-for-profits. Has that been something that's always been a part of your life, or is that something that you adapted and kind of found your own path with later on?
Well, that's a great question. I went to school at SIU Carbondale in 1979, and let's just say I enjoyed myself for 5 years. Got a 2-year degree. So, I'm getting to the end of my 5-year sabbatical, is what I called it, and I was really not sure what I wanted to do, and I was hired by a friend to be an attendant, which is a personal care aid for people in wheelchairs. And I had a gentleman who started the first independent living center in Belleville, or the St. Clair County area, who kind of took me aside and mentored me. And he got me started working with people with disabilities. And then I've worked with, of course, seniors and in foster care. And he's the one that got me started on my path. And, non-for-profit social services, community-based organizations, it's tough work because you're dealing with trying to support change in people's lives, and that is a challenge in itself. And you're doing it working in an organization that is operating at the very leanest it can, doing multiple jobs. And yeah, I've been really happy with my entire career for the things I've been able to work with other people and accomplish.
Absolutely. And I ask this question to everybody because the pandemic question is always great. And I know that you've been with Habitat officially for a few months, but been a part of their organization for quite some time. Just with the not-for-profit organizations as a whole, and just with your experience in it, how did the pandemic kind of affect the your guys' industry in terms, not really an industry, but in terms of the not-for-profits, and how were you able to adapt that and kind of evolve it for, not even just the pandemic, but post-pandemic organizations?
So, once again, all great questions.
This is the 60 minutes portion of the show,
Well, you have prepared well, sir. What I would say of COVID, it has literally changed every industry, every business, but it's been especially hard on non-for-profits because work for non-for-profits in terms of supporting people in their homes, providing community-based services has never stopped. But what they have been affected by is we had at the Restore, we had just expanded the Restore in a new location and had the opening, and then COVID hit and we had to reduce hours, follow COVID rules, and it really hurt the business. So we've rebounded from that and been able to expand. And what I like about it is it's a way for people to come in and get some value for their money and support a great organization. But the other thing that's affected all non-for-profits is employee recruitment and retention. That is a challenge that is not going away. And from my time in the senior world, the simple fact is there's not enough people. Before the pandemic, there's a lot of statistics that obviously I got from working with seniors, and one of the biggest one was there are going to be more people over the age of 65 by 2050 than are under the age of 12. So people aren't having enough kids, and there's not enough people, and now we're seeing it.
Wow. And that's something that's never been brought up on the show before. That's an excellent point. I mean, that really is an excellent point. And, John, it's been great talking to you. We got a couple of minutes left. So for any more information out there that we didn't get to hit, would you like to highlight that now? What am I forgetting here?
Well, what I would say is, like with a lot of agencies, we're at the year end. Hopefully people will see fit to support us. You can go to Lewis and Clark. Habitatforhumanity.org is our website. But remember this, I've worked at a lot of agencies. This is one of the few, if not only agencies, when people give money to go to build a home, 100% of it goes. Our administrative overhead, I'm a part-time executive director, is less than 5%.
Wow.
And you don't find that. Yeah,
No.
it's incredible. We have a staff of 10 people, and 7 of the folks work in the Restore. We do donation pickup and sorting our product that comes in, but your money goes to have an immediate impact. We're just starting to build in Alton, and we're really hoping that folks support that, because all dollars are volunteer dollars and donations raised along with the Restore.
Absolutely. And we're going to post a link to Habitat for Humanity's website here locally. So for all of you that are watching on demand, there's an opportunity. If you have anything left over or looking to be in the spirit of giving this holiday season, a hell of an organization to donate to would be Habitat for Humanity. That's incredible. I didn't realize it was that large of a percentage that goes directly right back into the projects, into the organization. That's incredible, John.
Yeah, it is. I'm really proud of that. And, I kind of see part of my desire to work there part-time. It's what I want to do when I get past retirement. And the people that we accept in the program that get the homes, they work on the homes. They come in and volunteer. They're required to do financial management classes, and most importantly, they have to put in sweat equity. And we don't give these.
I like that term.
Well, we don't give the homes away. Folks get a 0% interest mortgage, and they're basically buying the homes for the cost of building it. But the actual appraised value is a second mortgage, and that's forgiven if they pay it off. So it's a tremendous deal to provide affordable housing for low-income folks.
Absolutely. And John, thank you so much for your time today. Anytime you have any news that you'd like to share with us on anything you're working on, a lot of great stuff you're doing, feel free to hop back on and let us know about it.
Well, I greatly appreciate your time, CJ. Your show's, in my mind, a huge success.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Thank you.
It's 10:47 in the heart of the Riverbend. Coming up, Luis Noya gives us a little bit of a preview of the weekend ahead for sports. We hear all about it right after this in downtown Alton.
Fasten your chin straps, ladies and gentlemen, because you are about to experience the most exciting lineup of CF Moto ATVs and side-by-sides ever to hit the trails, rocks, and sand dunes. CF Moto. Experience more together.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Oh, Luis, you came and you gave without taking, but you did give us some sports reports. Before we get into Luis Noya's conversation, I wanted to share with you, guys, we have been talking a little bit about Ascend Carlinville and their partnerships in the community. You know, Ascend Carlinville might be a dispensary, but their commitment to our community is top of the line. They have a toy drive going on at Ascend Carlinville, and get this, you bring in a new toy and you receive a $1 pre-roll for your donation. The toy drive is going on until December the 18th, and all donations, get this, Luis, are going to the local DCFS for children in need. It sounds like a great opportunity to be in the spirit of giving and support a community and an organization that's going to be here for quite some time, as you guys know. And it's great to see a different type of industry like Ascend being able to provide so many great opportunities for the community, just like the opportunities that Luis Noya provides for us to give us his take on the week of sports and the weekend ahead. Luis, how are you doing?
I think the best deal in the region right now is to give your toy and then you got a $1 pre-roll. That's the best right there.
I'm telling you, life's good, man, over up there at Ascend. And by the way, I just want to point out, I was very impressed with how I just spun that around to get you segued in. That was almost as good as, I think I'm going to give credit to Jennifer Blum on that one. That was almost her type of style right there. Legendary she is.
I think Jennifer Blum does lives in her sleep.
She has to, man. I'm telling you, I've told people it is incredibly, it's like a machine. It's like watching Albert take batting practice.
It is. I'll pay $25 to do that, but it's free radio, so go ahead. That's good.
That's fantastic. Well, man, tell us about what you're seeing this week, what you saw this week for sports. Hey, the United States beating Iran was great, but, I want to ask your take on this first. It sucks because you're hearing the reports of the Iranian players, their families being, harassed, and, there's a potential for them to be in quite some danger over that loss. I mean, it sucks to hear that, but it's, it's great for us to move on, but it's also great to also, raise awareness for just how terrible that government is for its people.
Yeah, it's unthinkable to say, well, this team lost a game. Yes, it's the biggest tournament in the world, but it's still a tournament, it's still a game, and for that to be happening or the threat of that happening, that's why I say, yes, we have our flaws, but America is the best country in the world. Also, here's the thing, I know I'm a sports reporter, but also I can dabble right now in traffic reports. If you're in the St. Louis area and you're westbound 64 near Dallas and the entrance to 270 southbound and northbound, traffic is stopped. I think there's a big wreck. I just getting clearance here.
Oh wait, seriously? Wait, hold on, seriously?
This is seriously. It's there's one lane open, only one lane open. So yeah, if you're in the St. Louis area, going south westbound in 64 around mile 26.8. It's going to be a slow going, so back your patience here.
Well, actually, thank you for that, Luis. If only you were there, in the summer to give those traffic reports.
I wasn't going to Columbia, Missouri. Sorry, I wasn't going to Columbia, Missouri.
Love this. All right. The Hurricanes took out the Blues last night. They are now back to being, under 500, it looks like. What did the team play like?
First period was great. The third period was great. The second period was a debacle. And it reminds me whenever the Blues had that losing streak. It is also, again, traffic report released me. There's a car overturned on the highway. That's the reason for the wreck. Hopefully everybody's okay there.
Thank you for that.
Back to sports. They just, again, Bennington let that go in. And yes, you can argue if was it goaltender interference, but the explanation we got from Berube and from other people around the Blues that know the game, like the silent reporter, said the player was in the crease. There was contact, yes, but was it in the crease? No. So if you're gonna hit or not hit, but just be around the goalkeeper, don't be in the crease and you're fine.
Right.
That's what I got. But yeah, again, it sucks. Berube said that after they let off the power play goal, the team just was deflated a little bit, so they skated. They weren't playing hard. He just said that straight up.
Yeah.
They were there, but they were not there.
Well, and you hit it right on the head, Luis. And and I've listened to the other sports shows and even the one that you work on, and they actually reiterate it more than ESPN or anyone else over there at the Big Five. But I'm hearing everything that you're saying is perfectly true. They're a streaky team, and that's worrisome as you get towards these playoffs months.
It is, and that's my whole argument. Again, it sounds silly, but I want this team not to win 8 and then lose 6 and then win 3 and then lose 5.
Right.
I want to see this team can win 2, lose 3, win 4, lose 3, lose 1, win 1. Again, I never said this because, again, losing games is not ideal, but lose games, win games, lose games, win games, win, lose. Like, again, it's like a normal season. But yeah, this team is either they're all in or nothing.
Exactly, and that's what bothers me. I mean, when they're on, the Blues are one of the best teams in the league when they're on. But it's like 7 out of 10 times they're not. When you see them kind of not in the game or not really with it, it's like watching, the Mighty Ducks the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, in some games it takes a while because, again, that first period, if you saw that first period, They got the lead. They played well. They were checking. This Carolina team checks like the world is ending tomorrow.
Right. You're absolutely.
And then in the second period, after they let that go, it's like you're betting. Okay, you still got the lead. It's still 2-1. Blake, again, it's not ideal. You let a goal in, but okay, you're still got the lead. Don't let it bother you. And I think it let the team bothered.
Right, exactly. And Luis, we got about a minute or a minute and a half left. What are you looking at tomorrow against the Netherlands for the United States? Game starts at 9, and Tony's Ranch House having a watch party for everyone locally.
Oh, that's fun. What I'm watching right there is like if the United States wins against the Netherlands, and the Netherlands are a great team. They're a little bit older, but still a great team. If they win, and that can set up the dream matchup with Argentina. I'm looking for a U.S. win. I think Pulisic, I think he's gonna give it a go, and I think this team is gonna be determined to get that dream matchup because I think there's no way Argentina is losing their first round matchup here in round 16. And then obviously tomorrow the Billikens play 3 p.m. tip at Chaffetz. Southern Illinois Salukis are in town, and at halftime they're going to honor the late great Rick McGarris.
Oh, nice.
With former players, and hopefully your Dare Jet is there tomorrow because last time your Dare Jet was in Chaffetz was for him to get his Billiken Hall of Fame award, and he acted like a Hall of Famer when he got thrown out of the game.
I appreciate it, Luis Noya. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, CJ.
All right, guys, coming up tonight, Alton versus Edwardsville boys basketball. It starts at 7:30 right here exclusively on RiverBender.com. Make sure you call Sean Lentz at the Lentz Law Firm or any of your personal injury needs at 618-465-8000. It's time for me to say goodbye. You guys have a great rest of your Friday. Have a great weekend. Call an Uber. Go out. Enjoy the day. Watch the United States play tomorrow. And I'll see you right back here on Monday at 9 o'clock. So on that note, just have fun and try your best to stay out of jail.